Hello, how's it going, everyone? Now let's just check the mic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect to MongoDB with a Node.js application. Also, by doing this, I'm going to show you how to create a MongoDB account, how to create your very first cluster, and then how to connect your Node.js app to that cluster. We're also going to install Express and Mongoose, and you should already have Node.js and npm installed. It's pretty simple. Also have a video on that, so please check it out down in the description below. And if you have them installed and if you're ready, then let's just get started with the video. I'm going to first of all get started by explaining what MongoDB is. For those of you who don't know, MongoDB is a popular open source NoSQL, so not an SQL, but a NoSQL document-oriented database system that is used for flexible JSON-like data model to store data. MongoDB also stores data in semi-structured JSON-like documents called bison. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It stands for binary JSON. So it's not just normal JSON, which can have different fields and structures. Now, as I said, this is pretty different from traditional SQL databases that require a predefined schema with a fixed set of columns and data types. Now, MongoDB is designed to provide high performance, scalability, and availability. Please don't think now that MongoDB is the most powerful thing out there. I'm just telling you how it's designed. It really much depends on what you're using your app for, on what you should use as a database. So let's just leave it at that. It's not that MongoDB is the all-powerful database for everything. Now, it also supports distributed data architecture, which makes it easy to scale horizontal by adding more nodes to a cluster. As I said, we're going to create a cluster and I'm going to show you how to connect to that cluster. It also supports features such as replication, sharing, and load balancing, which can improve data availability and reduce downtime. Also, I'm going to show you there's a bit of delay when you connect to MongoDB, and you have to live with that. It's just the way it is. MongoDB has a rich query language and supports a variety of data types, including text, numeric, and geographical data, meaning that you can actually also give it coordinates. It also provides robust indexing and aggregation capabilities, which makes it easy to perform complex queries on large databases. Now, as you're going to see in just a couple of seconds, MongoDB is commonly used in web applications, mobile applications, and other modern data-driven applications that require flexible and scalable data solutions. It is also used in big data and analytics applications, where it can be used to store and analyze large volumes of data in real time. So enough with what MongoDB is. Let's just get started with a little project. For this, we are going to first of all create an account for MongoDB. If you already have an account, then please skip this part. But if you don't, then let me show you how we can create a MongoDB account. For this, I'm going to remove my face and make it a bit smaller. Pew and pew. And there we go. So if you search in Google for MongoDB, you will land on this page right here. So just click on it, go to mongodb.com or .de or .it for Italy. Let me just make this a bit larger. Now, it is totally free for really basic stuff, so you can play around with it. Just create a free plan right here. I'm not going to go into the plans. Enter your first name, enter your last name. You don't need to enter your company. Oh my God, writing to me. Email and password, and then I agree and continue. And if you have done that, then you should be able to land here in MongoDB on their system. Is called Atlas. Okay, so don't wonder if you're landing on this page right here. Now, if you landed on Atlas, you will go to databases. Now, this should be empty. Dude, stop chatting with me. This should be completely empty, and we should now be able to build our very first database. So let's do this by clicking on Build a Database. In here, we're going to choose the free package, and then we're going to choose the provider AWS, and we're also going to choose a cluster name. Let's say YouTube. I'm going to leave it at that, YouTube test. Okay, so this is going to be the cluster name. Then North Virginia, no, I'm going to go with Frankfurt, and then create. Click on create. Then this little thingy will appear. Choose everything. We can see a motorcycle. I sometimes mess this up, so hope this. Nope, I messed it up. Traffic light. Let's try this one. Yay! I just created my cluster. Okay, now here you can choose some kind of username and then password that you will need to re-enter. I'm going to show you just in a couple of seconds how you can do that. So this is the certification type, username and password or certificate. I'm going to show you how to use the username and password one. So I'm going to say here Norbert, and then password will be also Norbert. No capital letters, nothing. Okay. I'm going to create this IP. Some of these features will be hidden from you, so you won't see them. This is the other one. I'm not going to need this one. So yeah, I think I'm finished. Okay, now go to database. So this is going to take just a couple of seconds until your cluster is all set up. So I'm going to speed up this process. Or you can listen to me sing in the meantime. Then, no, relax, I'm not going to sing. What could I do in the meantime? I'm going to tell you about my courses. Check out my courses. I have courses on HTML, CSS. I have courses on complete beginner web development. I have courses on JavaScript, courses on React, courses on Visual Studio Code that we are going to create. And you know what? Let's leave it at that. Let's go to Visual Studio Code in the meantime. I'm going to drag this to the right side. I already created a folder, just call it code. And within here, I'm going to create one file. I'm going to call it server.js. Okay. Now in here, in this folder, you need to open up the terminal. So by on Mac or PC, it's Control tilde on a Mac, or just go up there and open up the terminal. And within here, you need to be in the folder. Okay, so if you're not in the folder, you need to cd into your folder. So cd whatever folder you created. In our case, I would do cd code, but I am in my folder. I can see it right here. In the meantime, the cluster was created. Perfect. And within here, let's initialize a package.json. So npm, you need to have npm installed, and init and space and dash and y, because I'm going to say yes to everything. So we just initialize a package.json. Now let's go back to MongoDB, and you can see here that, don't want to do that. You can see here that we have our cluster created. Now we need to connect. In order to connect, we need to click on this connect, and now we're going to choose connect to your application. And from here, we can connect now to our application. Now, in order to connect to our application, we now need to create our application. And for this, we're going to install Express and install Mongoose, which is going to help us connect to MongoDB. Okay, so we have everything. We have our server.json file. We have a package. We have a server.js file. We have a package.json. You can see right here. Now in here, I need to install two dependencies. As I said, the very first one will be, so in order to install npm I for install, short for install, then express, because we're going to create a express server, and mongoose, and just hit enter, and you should then see them installed right here, express and mongoose. Oops, I mistyped mongoose. Oops. npm I mongoose se. Okay, they should install mongoose. Sorry about that. Just installed the wrong one, wrong dependency. Hey, come on, pay attention. There we go. We got Mongoose 6.10.0. Perfect. Now we can close this package.json. We see we have all of our dependencies. You see how important it is to check if you install the right dependencies. So next up, let's create our Express server. For this, we're going to import Express. So we're going to require Express for, first of all, we're going to create here const called Express and assign it to require. I'm going to require Express because you have it now installed. Next, we're going to copy and paste this and replace it with Mongoose. Mongoose. And now I'm going to initialize my app by creating a const app and assign it to Express and start Express here. Okay, I'm also going to I usually create a variable for the port. So you don't need to do this. You can just enter, you're going to say just in a couple of seconds. So const port, and I'm going to call this 8000, close it up. And now I can create my server by typing in app.listen to the port number. You could just type in now the number 8000. In my case, I did add a port number to it. And then we need a callback function that is going to call for console log. Just going to log it here, console log, and now to use here backticks server started. What am I doing? Started on and $, because I'm going to use the port here, port as a variable on the port if it started. If not, and I see that, boom. If not, then I'm going to throw an error. But I'm going to do that in a synchronous function just in a couple of seconds. So let's see if this works. You just need now to node and server.js. and start our application. I should see here server started on port 8000. Perfect. You can Command C to stop your server, stop your application. We're going to restart it just in a couple of seconds. So we're finished with installing Express and starting our server. We know that our server is running. Next up, let's connect to our cluster here. For this, we're just going to copy this right here. So this is our URI. And now I'm going to add this URI. I'm going to just go down here and create a variable const URI and assign it to this variable. Okay, now where it stands username, you need to pass in your username. Mine was Norbert. And the password was also Norbert. So Norbert. Okay, next, let's create a asynchronous function. So async and function, and let's just call it connect. And also I'm going to open and close this and also initiate it right underneath of it. Okay, now within our asynchronous function, we're going to try and then catch if we have an error, catch that error right here, and also console log the error if we have one. Okay, now let's go back to our try. In here, we're going to await for the mongoose dot connect to connect to the URI that we just provided up here. Okay, so this is going to connect to the URI. When it is connected, then I want to have a successful connection to MongoDB. Okay, so we're going to console log this connection, and then we're going to see in our cluster if it's connected or not. Okay, so now we can start a server again. Node space server.js. And let's see. So server started on port 8000 and successful connection to MongoDB. Okay, I can now close this up and we should now see just in a couple of seconds. It's going to have a bit of a delay. We're going to see here a spike somewhere. So I'm going to speed up the video and you will see just in a couple of seconds a spike somewhere here. You can already see the connection happening here, but it's going to have roughly, let's see how much of a delay is going to have. I think 30 seconds or something like that. But let's just wait and see. But in the meantime, I could still sing for you. I'm learning to sing right now for my kids. It's pretty awesome. Believe me, when you have little children, it's totally awesome. You learn everything. Let's just take a sip of coffee. Come on, man. Have that little spike. Oh, there we go. There's a spike. Boom. There's our connection. It means that from nothing, boom, there's a connection. Okay, also if you leave this open, you will see there's going to stay connected and this is going to get just larger and larger and larger, showing you the connection. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Now you know how to create a MongoDB account and how to connect to it using a Node.js application. So hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you like this video and you want to see more, then please subscribe to the channel because we're posting new videos like this on a regular basis. Also click that notification bell in order to get notified when I post new videos, because if you just subscribe, you're not going to get the notification of the latest videos. Also share this video with others, and with this being said, check out everything that I'm associated with, my courses, follow me on my blog, follow me on Twitter, and I wish you all a lovely, lovely day. Take care, bye-bye.